Have you noticed this? People interrupt you, talk over you, dismiss your ideas. Not always openly, not aggressively, just subtly. And the frustrating part? You know you're capable. You know you're competent. You know you deserve more respect. So why does it feel like people don't take you seriously? Here's the truth most people never hear. It's not about your confidence. It's not about your intelligence. And it's definitely not about your value. It's about signals. Invisible signals you're sending without realizing it. Let me show you what they are. Respect is decided before you speak. Most people believe respect is earned through words, through explanations, through logic, through proving yourself. But that's not how the human brain works. Respect is decided before the conversation starts, before your first sentence, before your first idea, before your first opinion. In the first few seconds, people subconsciously ask, is this person solid? Do they believe themselves? Do I need to take them seriously? And once that decision is made, everything you say is filtered through it. That's why two people can say the same thing, and one is listened to, while the other is ignored. But what creates that filter? That's where things get uncomfortable. The subtle signals that lower your status. You don't lose respect in big moments. You lose it in micro behaviors. Things you don't even notice you're doing. Like explaining more than necessary, softening your words, just in case, adding disclaimers before speaking, over-justifying simple points, reacting emotionally instead of calmly. Each one sends a quiet message. I'm not fully certain. I need permission. I'm open to being dismissed. You may feel polite, thoughtful, considerate. But the brain of the person listening hears something else. It hears hesitation. And hesitation lowers perceived authority. But here's the twist. People who do this aren't weak. They're often the most self-aware people in the room, which makes this even more dangerous. Why smart people are taken less seriously. Here's a harsh truth. The more intelligent you are, the more likely you are to undercut yourself. Why? Because smart people see nuance. They see multiple angles. They consider consequences. So they soften their delivery. They hedge their statements. They leave room for everyone else. Meanwhile, less thoughtful people speak simply, directly, without self-editing. And the brain confuses certainty with competence. Not because certainty is smarter, but because it feels safer. So the room gravitates toward the person who sounds most grounded, not most correct. This is why people interrupt you, why your ideas get ignored until someone else repeats them. But there's something even deeper happening, something tied to identity. You're sending permission signals. Most people who aren't taken seriously are unconsciously asking for permission. Permission to speak, permission to lead, permission to take space. They do it with nervous laughter, excessive smiling, constant nodding, shrinking posture, fast speech to get it out. These behaviors say, don't worry, I won't challenge you. I won't take up too much space. I'm safe. And while that makes people comfortable, it doesn't make them respect you. Respect comes from self-permission, from someone who moves as if they belong, without asking. But here's the key insight. You don't need to change who you are. You need to change how you carry certainty, and that starts internally. The internal shift that changes everything. People think confidence is loud. It's not. Real confidence is calm. It's speaking slower, not faster. It's finishing sentences without checking faces for approval. It's letting silence exist after you speak. It's not rushing to fill space out of discomfort. The moment you stop trying to be received, you start being respected. Because certainty doesn't convince. It anchors. And once you anchor yourself internally, people adjust automatically. But this only works if you understand one final rule. Respect is a response, not a request. Here's what changes everything. Respect isn't something you ask for. It's something people respond to. They respond to stillness, self-trust, emotional regulation, non-reactivity. The less you chase validation, the more authority you project. The less you explain yourself, the more weight your words carry. The less you try to manage reactions, the more people manage themselves around you. This isn't dominance, it's self-alignment. And once that alignment is there, people feel it, even before you speak. Final insight. You're not being taken lightly because you lack value. You're being taken lightly because your signals don't match your depth. And the moment those signals change, everything changes. People listen differently, respond differently, treat you differently, not because you demanded it, but because you finally stopped asking for permission. So here's the challenge. Next time you speak, slow down, say less, stand still, finish your thought, and let silence do the work. Because when you take yourself seriously, the world has no choice but to follow. If you want more psychology-based videos that help you correct invisible signals holding you back, you already know where to find me.